Yeah, you took the whole teenage vibe away. You turned him into
Yeah.
a functioning young man.
Yeah.
That's
So
amazing.
he's in college now and he lives on that supplement and he's thriving. He eats well, his acne's gone. He's driven, he's motivated, he's hiking, he's it's awesome. He's thriving. And so when you know how to interpret genetic reports and you remove the fear behind it,
Hmm.
you can actually nurture and nourish the body. And I'm not saying the supplements are the end all be all. By a supplement is designed to add, it's defined as to add to or enhance. That's
Hmm.
what supplement means. You can't out supplement a shitty diet. You can't out supplement, a shitty environment. So he's in California in the sun. He wakes up, the sun's blasting through his window. He's not in foggy, gray, dark Seattle that's full of rain. So that environmental shift was huge for him. So,
That's everything. Yeah, just light deficiency alone will, I'm sure, impact how these genes play
oh,
out and
100%.
and what they decide to do. And again, like it's the things we eat, it's the life we live, it's the toxicity. I mean, you've listed them off a few times, and relationships, stress levels, all of that will determine how those genes play out. And we have so much control over it. We're in this weird world where people still believe that their genes are their fate. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no, 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 no. You have so much control. We were talking about supplements and we were talking about MTHFR. And I just want you to quickly explain why throwing a bunch of methylated B vitamins at a MTHFR mutation may not always be the solution, or even in some cases, the best idea. What's that all about?
Yeah. I equate, I'm looking for an analogy here. They say never pour gas on a fire. And putting methylation or methylfolate in a body without knowing really what's going on is kind of like putting gas on a fire. You can be inflamed, which is fire, and you can really enhance that flame. You really enhance biochemistry fast and furiously with methylfolate. And you can be overwhelming a bunch of other genes that are not ready for that at all. So, have you ever been in a situation where you're helping someone lift something and there's like six other people trying to carry that same thing? And if you don't all coordinate, someone's going to trip and fall and get under that heavy thing and get smashed. And you're, oh,
Yeah.
whoa, whoa, slow down, or whoa, sleep up, or whoa, lift it higher. We've all been there. And the genes are saying the same damn thing because there's 18,000 of them and they do work together. And so you're focused on one, you give the methylfolate and all these other genes that have to respond to that methylfolate because MTHFR, its job is to make methylfolate. And what you did is you maintained a lazy MTHFR. You just bypassed it. You did nothing actually to support your MTHFR enzyme at all. You just bypassed it. So keep that in mind. You are not helping your MTHFR enzyme by taking methylfolate. You are bypassing it.
Yes.
That is a that's actually something I don't think I've ever said before. And it's very, very true. But you're also overwhelming countless of other enzymes because of it, and they cannot handle the load. If you are making, you're in a factory and you're making donuts, and there's one part of the assembly line that you're just like, you know what, the hell with this. I get paid more if I make more bags. And you start pumping out the bags really fast. And now the bags are just stacked up and it's causing issues and the donuts aren't sliding into the bags anymore. There's consequences anytime you change something that works in a beautiful methodical system. And I don't mean to equate the body as an assembly line because it's not, but one action leads to another, which leads to another, which leads to 30 different others, which leads to 1,000 different others very fast, very, very fast.
Yeah,
And
you can't. Oh, go
yeah,
ahead.
and methylfolate does that. And if you don't need it, you're going to get side effects that suck. And the worst part of the side effects that suck is you do not think that the side effects that you are experiencing are caused by the methylfolate because you truly believe you need the methylfolate. So now you have the headache irritability, difficulty sleeping, possible joint pain, acne, um, anxiousness, and just an otherwise feeling of just not right. It's just buzz, and you cannot control it. Migraines also, and I've seen it so many times where people will take the methylfolate and they'll experience those side effects, and they'll come in, they'll say, doc, I've got these symptoms. Well, what's wrong? Oh, I got anxiousness. I can't fall asleep. So now they're put on a sedative. Methylfolate never got removed, never got adjusted. So now they're supplementing to offset the supplement that they don't need, and really they don't need any. Now they're taking three or four.
Yes. What about the other methyl donors, like a methylcobalamin? Can that create the
Yeah.
same kind of havoc?
Yeah. So methylcobalamin and methylfolate are a tag team. They are an essential duo. And you essentially have to have equal amounts of both or healthy levels of both in order to function. You could take a bunch of methylfolate and still not experience any results at all. Or you can take a bunch of methylcobalamin, not experience any results. But if you take both, wow, look out. Now you're really making those biochemicals pathways spin and move. So there's a process called well, not process, a system called methyl trapping. And methyl trapping, like methylation, methylcobalamin, methylfolate, you hear it again. Methylcobalamin is cobalamin with a methyl group, and they go through an enzyme called methionine synthase, and MTHFR makes the methylfolate, which then goes through to methionine synthase, which requires methylcobalamin, and they meet up at the same area. And so that's where they meet up. So you need to have both. So I do offer methylfolate alone at Seeking Health, but our most popular is the methyl B12 methylfolate lozenge. And that makes sense because that is the one that people really need to be supportive with. And methylcobalamin can cause the same side effects as methylfolate. And it can cause the same side effects because they are directly connected with each other. They spin the same cycles.
Yep. That's I have spun that cycle too hard with high
Yeah.
levels of methylcobalamin injectable. And
Yes.
one minute I'm great, and the next minute it's not so great. So that's
Well,
another
then here's the thing too with these powerful nutrients. You possibly you've never experienced that feeling before. Like my son with the dopamine, and it was interesting. After I gave him the dopamine, I'll get on the methylfolate here in a second. But I gave him the dopamine, and I told him, "Hey man, I think you were actually depressed." He goes, I didn't really know what depression was or depression is, but now that I've been over there, you're right. I was feeling that way, but I didn't know I was depressed. I just felt unmotivated and kind of blue, but not sad. And it was sad to hear, but it was also I wish I recorded that moment because it was so interesting how he said it. Because how in the hell does a teenager know that they're depressed? They don't.
they don't.
They don't.
No, we watch it, we see it. I've seen depressed teenagers, and I have a daughter who struggled very heavily with depression, and she just won't take the damn supplements, Ben, that I give her. So I can't
Yeah.
resolve it as easily as I want to. She's coming around though. She's 24 now. She's starting to get it.